Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bee Vlog. I'm in beautiful southeast Portland today, visiting my friends over at Bee Thinking. I wanted to take you on a tour of their shop and show you what they've got. So at Bee Thinking, they feature 3 different types of hives with a unique spin. They use redwood cedar instead of the usual pine. So you'll see on their Langstroth boxes that they are all cedar made. They also feature these interesting Warre Hives. This is something you don't normally see on my channel, but it's something I'll show you today and show you how that is built. Also the top bar hives. In their store they also feature a good selection of honey, candles, wax, and soaps and other things made from the hive. They have a huge selection of locally crafted meads, and every Saturday they do mead tasting here. So this is their top bar hive. This is the lid. We're actually standing on the back side of the hive right now, so the bees would be moving in and out of the entrance up in the front here. But it's really easy to use top bars. That's one of the nice benefits is there's not a lot of heavy lifting. You'll see on my videos when I'm lifting these Langstroth boxes, I'm doing a lot of heavy lifting of these boxes, and when a medium-sized box in a Langstroth gets full of honey, it can weigh about 60 pounds. But on a top bar, there's really no heavy lifting. Just take the lid up, and then you have a lot of bars here that the comb is built on by the bees. This is what the comb would look like when it's inside the hive. There's a comb guide on the underside that helps them to draw out a straight comb. They just build the comb, looks like that. The reason the comb is shaped in this V shape is because the box itself has that V shape to the cavity. So these bars basically make up what would be the inside ceiling for the bees. Each one fits tight together side by side, and the cavity inside is where the bees live and build the comb. So we might put one follower board at one end and then put 8 to 10 bars for the bees to build comb, and then put another follower board to limit their cavity space, so they're in a smaller area. As they grow, you just move the follower board out and put in new bars, and they continue to build out on these. When you're inspecting in a top bar hive, you actually start at one end. I see a lot of new beekeepers starting out and they grab a bar from the middle and pull it out, and 90% of the time they'll break that comb off. So the trick is to move the follower board out of the way. And then you can take a peek in there and you can see if that comb is attached to the walls, and you can cut it free, and then you can move that bar over and you work from one end to the other, lifting the comb out. For example, this comb might be sitting in like this. So when you pull it out, it'll be covered with bees and you can take a look at it. It's a very simple hive design, and it's favored by those who want to keep things easy, keep things light, and maintenance free. Another cool thing about these top bars is they have little windows in the back as an option, and you can come in here and you can see the bees and the comb without having to open anything up. So you don't disturb the bees at all, but you can see how things are going and if they need more space. So this is a Warre Hive. It's almost like a Langstroth, but it's got a different size. It's smaller in dimension. And we'll take a look inside. We've got the outer roof here, and under the roof is a quilt box. And I copied this concept on my Langstroth hives over the winter, where I put a box on top that has a canvas bottom with wood chips or filler inside to absorb moisture. This also has another canvas cover inside that is nice for when you're doing an inspection. You can just peel this back. You don't have to open the whole thing up and keep the bees dark on one side. Unlike a Langstroth box, however, this doesn't use frames for the comb. It's more similar to a top bar, wherein you have just a bar with a wedge comb guide that the bees build the comb on. And these have to be spaced appropriately so that you have the correct distance between combs and maintain good bee space. They can be pinned in place if you want so they don't move. You can put little nails in there. You'll see that the bars have a little groove on it that you can fit in the nail. One other thing that you have to be careful of when doing an inspection on these types of hives is when you remove the comb, they can attach it to the side walls, so you have to make sure that it's cut free before you pull it out. This style also has a viewing window that you can open up and see what's going on inside, just like the top bar. So unlike a Langstroth box, when you want to add a box to a hive of this style, you don't put it on top. You actually add it to the bottom. It's called nadir or nadiring. So what you would do is remove all of the boxes from the bottom, put your new box on the bottom, making sure you've got the top bars in place and the correct spacing, and then put all the bottom, what used to be the bottom boxes, now on top in the same order that they were in before. Then you can replace the canvas, quilt, and a roof. And that's called a Warre Hive. So later this spring, when the bees are flying and the weather is nice, I want to take you inside a working Warre Hive and a top bar hive to show you how the bees actually build comb and how they use the space. So that's Bee Thinking here in Southeast Portland. You can check them out online at beethinking.com. They ship these hives all over the world, so feel free to shop and buy. Thanks for watching. See you later.